spend so much time asking, how do I get noticed? But maybe that's not the right question. Maybe the better question is, why should anyone care? Because standing out isn't about being louder, flashier, or more aggressive. It's about being clearer. Clearer about who you are, what you believe, and why it matters to the people you serve. In a world full of noise, the businesses that rise are the ones that speak with purpose. Not just what they do, but why they do it. Not just what they sell, but what they stand for. You don't need to chase trends to be different, you need to be real. Authenticity isn't a marketing tactic, it's a magnet. People are drawn to clarity, conviction, and consistency. Your job isn't to be everything to everyone, it's to be something meaningful to someone. The moment you start showing up with honesty, with heart, with intention, that's the moment you stop competing and start connecting. So how do you stand out in your industry? You stop trying to fit in. 4 key points from the speech. 1. Standing out isn't about being louder, it's about being clearer. Clarity of purpose and message cuts through noise more than volume ever can. 2. People connect with authenticity, not perfection. The more honest and consistent you are, the more trust you earn. 3. Purpose is more powerful than promotion. Leading with why you do what you do creates deeper impact than just selling what you do. 4. You don't need to reach everyone, just the right ones. True differentiation happens when you boldly choose to be specific, not generic. In most industries, there's a race to grab attention. Companies try to be the loudest voice in the room. More ads, flashier content, bigger promises. But volume doesn't always create value. Being louder might win a few quick glances, but clarity earns lasting trust. When people are overwhelmed with choices, they don't gravitate to the noisiest option. They lean toward the one they understand, the one that speaks to something real, something that makes sense, not just in their minds, but in their hearts. Clarity means knowing exactly who you are, what you do, and most importantly, why you do it. When a business can communicate that with precision and simplicity, it becomes magnetic. People don't need to decode your message or guess your values, they just feel it. And that feeling becomes the bridge between your business and their belief in it. The more clearly you express your purpose, the more people will want to be part of it, not because you yelled the loudest, but because your message resonated the deepest. What's often mistaken for charisma or creativity is actually just courage. The courage to say fewer things, but say them with conviction. Clarity is about stripping away the fluff and getting to the essence. It's what allows you to stop competing on features and start connecting on meaning. In the end, clarity isn't just how you stand out, it's how you stay true. And that's what people remember. In a world where everyone seems polished, curated, and rehearsed, authenticity is refreshing. We've been conditioned to think that looking perfect, sounding perfect, and presenting a flawless brand is the way to win trust. But the opposite is often true. People don't connect with perfection, they connect with realness. They're drawn to businesses and leaders who are honest about their journey, open about their values, and willing to show vulnerability. Authenticity isn't about being raw for the sake of it. It's about being human in a space that too often feels artificial. Customers aren't just buying a product or service, they're buying into the people behind it. They want to know who you are, what you believe, and how you show up when no one's watching. When your message is consistent with your behavior, that's when trust is built. It's not the perfectly worded tagline or the overly rehearsed pitch that earns loyalty. It's the small, consistent ways you prove that your business reflects your truth, that your story, even if it's imperfect, is real and relatable. The moment you try to be everything to everyone is the moment you start losing the people who actually matter. Authenticity means owning your voice, even if it's different. It means standing for something, even if not everyone agrees. Ironically, it's not your polish that makes you stand out, it's your honesty. When people see that you're not hiding behind a brand, but embodying one, they're far more likely to stick around. Because what they're really searching for isn't perfection. They're searching for someone they can believe in. Promotion might get attention, but purpose keeps it. Every business can run ads, build funnels, and shout their offers to the world, but not every business can inspire belief. What makes people stop scrolling, lean in, and really listen isn't just a clever hook or limited time offer. It's meaning. It's when a message touches something deeper than the surface of a sale. Purpose speaks to identity. It tells your audience not just what you're selling, but what you're fighting for. And when people feel that alignment, it creates connection that no marketing campaign can replicate. A business driven by purpose becomes more than just a transaction. It becomes part of someone's life. People don't stay loyal to a company because of discounts or convenience alone. They stay because they feel seen. They feel like your values match their values. That emotional alignment is incredibly powerful, and it doesn't come from pushing harder, it comes from standing taller in your truth. Purpose is the foundation that allows promotion to feel real, not manipulative. It gives your message substance and your audience a reason to care. When you lead with purpose, your story becomes your strategy. You're no longer trying to outmarket your competition. You're simply showing up with intention. And that kind of clarity cuts through even the noisiest industries. It turns your mission into a message, and your message into movement. Because at the end of the day, the brands people remember aren't always the ones with the biggest ads. They're the ones that made them feel something. Purpose creates that feeling, and that feeling builds loyalty that lasts. One of the biggest myths in business is that success means mass appeal. That if you're not reaching everyone, you're somehow falling short. But the truth is, trying to speak to everyone usually means connecting with no one. Standing out doesn't come from being widely known. It comes from being deeply known by the right people. Your goal isn't to win over the whole world, it's to resonate with those who genuinely align with your values, your mission, and your message. When you stop chasing the crowd and start serving your core, everything becomes more focused and more impactful. There's a quiet confidence that comes from knowing who you're for, and, just as importantly, who you're not for. It's tempting to water down your message to attract more people, but clarity comes from courage. The courage to be specific, to take a stand, and to create something meaningful for a defined audience. When you know your people, their hopes, their struggles, their language, you stop selling and start relating. And those relationships run deeper than metrics. They build communities, not just customer lists. Some of the most remarkable brands in the world didn't grow because they tried to please everyone. They grew because they obsessed over serving someone with excellence, care, and consistency. And over time, that specific group became their greatest advocates. When you pour into the right people, they become your voice, your momentum, your growth engine. So the question isn't how do I reach more? It's who am I here to serve, and how do I serve them with so much purpose they can't help but share it. Because being everything to someone is far more powerful than being something to everyone. So if you're trying to figure out how to stand out in your industry, stop chasing what's trending. Stop trying to be louder than the rest. Start by being clear. Start by being honest. Start by being you. Because people don't remember the ones who tried to please everyone. They remember the ones who showed up with purpose, with conviction, and with heart. Don't aim to fit into your industry, aim to reshape it by being the one who dared to lead with meaning. That's how you stand out. Not by being different for the sake of it, but by being real in a world full of noise. Thank you.